guys, and welcome back to another video. Now here I built a simple kind of SSTO. It uses boosters that separate, but other than that it actually has a non-separating engine. And then it's got a bit of an overkill satellite. Now I've already set some action groups for it. Mostly just to toggle the solar panels. I don't really need them for anything else. But we're going to launch this thing, see how well it launches, and in general, just see how well this small satellite launcher functions. Now, it's a bit overkill on account of the fact that, well, it's got a massive relay dish, and, well, I never really go much further than Joule, but sometimes I do. I just don't like waiting 80 years for a transfer window, and whatever. Basically, I just don't like waiting excessively long amounts of time to get a bit of science, and then wait another excessively long amount of time to get back for something that is not much of an accomplishment, so I don't really venture much further than Joule. Sure, there's other planets, but I mean, who cares about those? I'm sure it's fine. Now, there may be a few slight changes coming up. Soon I'm going to be making an intro, and I'm also going to be doing a few custom thumbnails. Now, all of my custom thumbnails before this haven't been the best. I've had the title of the video and a random screenshot on it from the video, sometimes not even from the video, it's just a KSP screenshot. Not the best. But other than that, I don't really need much more than that. Why are you stuck? And another update. We will also have that space shuttle finished soon. I kind of forgot about it, and then I was scrolling through my YouTube channel again today. And by the way, we've reached 25 subscribers. So I guess that space shuttle is going to be our 25 subscriber special. Now, at the time that this video is being filmed, we have a total of 25 subscribers and about 1,175 views, a little less actually. But, as I said, we're going to make an intro, we're going to have a bit more than that, maybe a few custom thumbnails, and on Friday, I will be filming with another YouTuber, Lil Nickel, who is about the size of my channel, Ishi, around, and he also forms Hearts of Iron 4 videos. Now, I know this is a Kerbal Space Program video, but hey, all's well that ends well. I wouldn't even say that. Okay, this thing goes really fast, so we'll throttle down a bit for the initial ascent to about 2/3 throttle. Okay, we're still going way too fast. If this thing works on 1/3 throttle, I'll be amazed. You want to have a thrust-to-weight ratio of about 1.8-ish. A little more, a little less, doesn't really affect you. It's not fast enough. A little more. There. So about 1.82. You see, this is a good thrust-to-weight ratio. Now you want to maintain this until you've reached around 5,000 meters. And you have, well, you've either staged your boosters entirely, or, well, a few things. You've either staged your boosters, you've already reached max Q, or you're above a certain altitude. Now, for those of you that don't know, max Q is when your rocket suffers the most, in general, well, pain from the atmosphere, because max Q basically just means you're going through the thickest part of the atmosphere at the highest speed. Not really, it's just the point at which you'll be experiencing the most drag. That's also the most dangerous part of an actual rocket launch. Now, KSP doesn't really simulate it very well, but if you're moving too fast in a rocket that's too weak, you crush like a tin can. Because notice, I'm waiting until I get into the thinner parts of the atmosphere to even break the sound barrier. We're only moving about 300 meters per second. And the sound barrier is around 340 meters per second. And here's the atmosphere. Now, in the atmosphere, most of the drop-off will happen in the first 10,000 meters, and you'll already be here. And then after that, it slowly decreases until you're in a perfect vacuum. Now, normally, you would do a bit of a gravity turn right now, so, well, let's do that. And bam, we just experienced a max Q. When you're flying in anything really through an atmosphere, there are, well, 3 forms of, well, how would I say this? Sound speed. Subsonic, which basically just means you're not moving past the sound barrier. You're moving at a relatively slow speed. So it doesn't really, well, matter. You're not gonna explode, and you're just not moving very fast. Well, you can be moving extremely fast compared to like real world Earth things, or you can be moving extremely slow. It kind of, well, differs. It's weird. But then there's transonic. Now, unless you're super going really, really fast, transonic's when you're going to experience max Q. Because basically max Q is, well, when you're getting the most drag forces. And when you're trying to break the sound barrier, you go through a phase called transonic. And basically, if you've ever seen like a plane go supersonic, you see like little ripples form around it. Like actually there's a few right now. And when you do break the sound barrier, you'll have a sonic boom. But it's really, really hard to get past that sonic boom. Because when you go transonic, drag forces increase a lot. But once you're on the other side of the sound barrier, well, it's no longer super drag inducing. Now, yeah, there will be a point when you have reached maximum drag, I guess you could say, but that's a bit different. I mean, sure, if you're moving at Mach 10, you'll be experiencing more forces than if you're moving at transonic speed. Otherwise, any plane that could break the sound barrier would be moving, well, maybe not faster than Mach 10, but it would be moving a lot faster. Because currently, fastest plane we have is the SR-71. And although its real top speed is classified, despite it being a retired craft that doesn't get used anymore, for some reason, we know it can break around Mach 3.5. Probably a little bit over. And, well, the classified thing is what would happen if you go with, I mean, it's pretty much always using full afterburners. I don't even think there's like an on switch for it. But, you know what I mean. Basically just full afterburners. Well, it doesn't have, whatever. You know what I mean. We don't know what the actual speed would be if you push the engines to maybe even a little past their limits. Because you're not supposed to do that, but it doesn't really stop anybody. Now we're already moving at about 1,000 meters per second. We're accelerating very, very fast. In fact, we can probably hit maybe 10 thrust to weight ratio. I want to try that before the boosters run out of power. Yeah, we can easily hit 10. Oh, we hit 12. So yeah, this rocket's a bit more powerful than it probably needs to be. So I'm actually going to shut off all the engines real quick. And we're going to move all of our fuel into the twin bore engine. Just because then I can ditch the boosters faster. Which, well, Delta V savings. Actually, this engine may be less efficient, but I doubt it. Not Reliant. Vector engines are super duper inefficient. I mean, it's mostly used as like a early stage because, you know, it's super powerful, but it's not very fuel efficient. So we're going to set up our maneuver right here. Now we have about 2,000 meters per second for which we can use our maneuver. Well, we can use our burn, really. Let's see, that would raise it to a decent amount. Now, currently the most aerodynamic thing we could do was point to prograde, but actually we can point to maneuver now because we are past, well, you know, the atmosphere. Yeah, the atmosphere is pretty annoying. It, like, gets in the way of a lot of things, creates drag, makes you fall out of the sky at high speed. It's just all around not very fun to be in. Once you're in space, you can pretty much do whatever you want, especially if you're no longer under the influence of gravity. Yeah, don't fly spacecraft under the influence, kids. Do they teach that in school? I don't think that's a thing. Well, we're gonna blow the fairing. That way our relay is exposed. That sounds kind of weird, but it would make sense. I just want to use the RCS to speed us up a bit. Oh, we're at T+ a lot. Just like, yeah, do that. That's safe, I'm sure. So we're a little bit past our apoapsis. In fact, we're probably falling towards the planet. And, oh dear. Yeah, I can't get Kerbal Engineer to work. Kinda looks like, that. Because 1.8 broke it. In fact, as cool as these new boosters are, I may go back just for Kerbal Engineer. I'm sorry. Why am I being so nitpicky about this? I'm already in orbit. And whatever. Stability assist. But hey. Bam. It's highly oh dear. Keep burning prograde. Actually, no, like stability assist. Burn. Well, this isn't really a thing, but burn up. Did that fix it? There, that fixed it. Now we're in orbit. Now it's a highly elliptical orbit, but I can fix that with a few burns. But with our latest satellite in orbit, our little relay right here, I will be coming back at you guys next time with an all-new moon mission. Well, Mun mission. But until then, see you guys next time.